All right, this is Rojo Loco. Thank you for tuning in to Rojo Loco Radio, broadcasting live from w3radiotv.com. Shout out Win West. I hope everybody's having a great day because it is a beautiful day no matter what it's doing. It's a beautiful day. It's a blessed day. Okay, listen, what about them damn gas prices though, man? What is happening around here? Like, I don't know. I keep hearing, it's the war and all this kind of shit. But damn, ain't this Texas? Don't we have oil fields? What the hell? I'm trying to understand. Man, but look, the gas prices have, damn, they was 4, damn near 5 a gallon at first. So it's coming down a tiny bit. I'm not going to even front. Like, a tiny bit. I saw a sign that said like $3.99. That was good. But then I think I wound up going to Kroger or something, and I used my Kroger card, and so I got 3 cents off. So I actually got some gas for $3.85. I mean, I cringe when I say it, but damn, I just need the prices to come on down a little bit more. Come on down a little bit more. And as far as this war thing goes with Russia and Russia and who is it? Ukraine. Listen, the only thing I'm gonna say, and let me say Red Cross. Let me put the Red Cross up in that motherfucker too. Only thing I'm gonna say about that shit is, what about our homeless people? What about all the people that you see when you walk out the door that have nowhere to go, that are in these streets, that need assistance, that need help? I'm just saying. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But anyway, listen, thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all stay right there. Got a good show lined up. Of course, this is going to be a throwback show, so y'all stay tuned to find out who the artist is going to be. This is Rojo Loco Radio. Well, this story here has been going on for a while about the kid in DeSoto that had a whole fight with the teacher and all this crazy shit. Listen, I love teachers. I definitely admire their work. They are very much needed. I can even remember when I was in school, I used to want to be a teacher. And that's just among other things that I wanted to be. But teacher was definitely one of them. That story was very sad, very, very sad. And it's not the first time that a teacher has, fought a student or a student has fought a teacher. I just think that it's getting out of hand. Like, man, some of the mamas are gone and some of the daddies are gone. And that doesn't necessarily mean physically. It could mean mentally as well. Drugs are a major reason why the moms and the dads are gone, or just the mom is gone, or just the dad is gone. However it is, it's just lack of guidance. But yeah, that was a very sad thing to hear. And, as of yet, I have not, and that's been about 2 weeks ago, I've not heard anything else about it. So, yeah, that's crazy in and of itself. It's a tragedy on both ends. It's a tragedy. I'm just very disappointed in the disrespect factor. Like, you should always have respect for your elders. You know what I mean? And as elders, we shouldn't, go as low. But sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, we have to. Sometimes your child gonna get their ass whooped by somebody that has nothing to lose. And that is a tragedy too, because it's like you kind of, as a parent, we have to do our job. We have to feed our kids, we have to clothe our kids, we have to send them to school, and we also have to teach them before they come off the porch. So, again, as I've said many times, my kids are grown now, and I'm real thankful that I do not have to have those days again. But I always taught my children, and again, I have boys. I always taught them never have confrontation with an adult. If you have any kind of, confrontation with an adult, please come and get your mom or your dad. You know what I mean? That's what they were taught, and that's what they did. So, and that's what I think that is just an example that I have followed from my parents, because we were also taught to do the same thing. We didn't have confrontation with our elders, And so I think that ignorance definitely breeds ignorance. And on the flip side of that, if you teach your kids, teach them, and it'll be okay. We won't have so many of these crazy ass incidents where a kid feel like, they brazen and bold enough to, jump on an adult or fight an adult. That shit is crazy to me. It's unheard of. Anyway, I'll be back. You guys stay tuned. So today we are going to replay, re-air the interview that I had with Inaya Davis. Inaya Davis is an artist, house music artist from New York. Very cool, aka Jiffy. That's my girl. She cool as hell. We are Capricorns alike. People even accuse us of looking alike. And I love that shit. But anyway, she is so creative. She is so awesome. You guys make sure that you check out her music. Man, when you listen to the interview, you're going to find out how she is well connected in the industry. So anyway, you guys stay tuned for that. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all. Jerry Jones got a whole grown daughter out here, right? He wanted to hide that shit. He didn't want nobody to know that shit. At first, when they said it and they called her name, I can't even think of her name right now because, it just sounded black to me. So I was like, wait a minute. Surely he ain't got a black daughter out here and trying to hide the shit, right? Because you know. But anyway, no, she was not black. And that's not to say that he don't have a black daughter or a black son out here somewhere. You know what I'm saying? He probably got a multitude of children out here he done hid. But this one here just decided to, spring forward. And I should use the word alleged. I need an alleged bail. But anyway. He's getting sued. Like, they are suing him. The daughter is suing him. But him and the mom have made an agreement not to ever say anything. Like, I believe that she had to sign a contract or something. But damn, Jerry, and you know what? It doesn't matter. Poor woman, poor wife. It doesn't matter how long ago that you cheated on your wife or your husband or whatever. Man, it don't matter. When it come out and when they find out about that shit hurt like it happened yesterday. Just saying. Because I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people saying, well, damn, that shit happened a long time ago. That bitch shouldn't care. Well, I hate to break it to you, but it still hurt anyway. Is she gonna leave his ass? I doubt it. They both old and rich. So where the hell is she going? I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. But anyway, yeah, Jerry Jones, you sly devil. Oh man, have you guys seen Kanye West, the documentary on Netflix? Man, I thoroughly enjoyed it. it makes it makes you understand him a whole lot more. You know what I mean? Um, it also makes you see why he is the way that he is. So I won't say anything else about that documentary. I would love it if you guys would tune into that. It is on Netflix, and I believe it's I want to say 2 or 3 or maybe 3 or 4 episodes. And shout out to Cootie, who actually documented this young man way back when. Shout out to Kanye as well. Like, bro, I've never not been a Kanye West fan. I've always been a Kanye West fan. So, even when he said those remarks that you black people got mad about, and I'm not gonna even repeat it. If you keep up with Kanye, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And for the record, I definitely understood what he was saying. But sometimes people take things out of context, and you only want to look at it on one side. But all this shit has many different facets, and so Kanye West is one of those people that's definitely going to point out those many facets, and that's what I can appreciate about him. Now, on the flip side of that coin, his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, she made some remarks here recently as well, talking about, if you get off your ass and go to work, then, if you get off your ass and go to work, you can have success. Well, ma'am, first things first, she should never have said that. Now, is she right on one hand? Yeah, if you get off your ass and go to work, yes, you can accomplish some things, of course, absolutely. But for her to say that is crazy, because, bitch, you were born into millions of dollars. So it's different. It's a little different for her. It's a little different for Kim K and that whole clan over there. Because if they have an idea, they can make it come to fruition because they have the finances to back that idea up, which equals success, right? Now, most of us black folk, yeah, we go to work every damn day. We pay our bills. We have ideas. But do we necessarily have the finances to make our ideas come into fruition, to make them successful? She might have should have thought about that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, a lot of women, especially, are very offended, and I'm one of them, very offended by those remarks. Girl, sit down somewhere. Yeah, you just cannot put your motherfucking hands on people. I don't give a damn if it's in the damn spotlight or somewhere local. You can't put your hands on people. That shit just is not okay what Will Smith did to Chris Rock. He humiliated him. He embarrassed him. It's mental anguish. He need to sue his ass and get paid. He do. And I can bet you $20 that the Oscars, all right, and all of that Hollywood entwined shit, he gonna feel the effects. It's gonna hit his pocket in a minute. And it might even hit Jada's pocket. Cause now you done opened up a whole new can of worms with that bullshit. They done brought the August Alsina shit back. Cause now they wanna know, people just wanna know why the fuck you didn't beat Alsina's ass. Why you didn't go hit his motherfucking ass? You know what I'm saying? But you gonna go hit this man, Chris Rock, another black man. You put your hands on him like it wasn't shit. That shit wasn't cool. The man was doing his job. How many Oscars have we all watched? How many Grammys have we watched? I'm sorry, excuse me. How many Oscars? What is the other one? whatever. How many award shows have we watched where they hire these comedians to entertain the audience, to keep the audience entertained, to make everybody laugh and make everybody have a good time? Like, how many shows have we watched? How many shows have these celebrities attended, including Will Smith? And you gonna put your hands, the man said, I'm gonna tell you what he said. He said, hey Jada, we gonna see you in G.I. Jane 2. Now, what the fuck was wrong with that? That shit was funny. Why you can't take a joke? Every other couple in the audience, single, married, girlfriend, boyfriend, when he scolded on their ass, they laughed, they waved that shit off and kept it moving. But not him. But I will say this. Had it been a white man, you know that motherfucker would not have walked up there and done that. Oh, and with that same thing, had it been a real ass nigga, like a hood ass nigga, like Bernie Mac, rest his soul. Let it have been Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac would have beat his motherfucking ass, okay? I'm just saying that shit is not okay. It's not okay. I think that the black community is outraged. I think we are embarrassed as a whole because of his actions. And I don't give a fuck about the nigga getting on stage crying and shit. You understand what I'm saying? I think that was part of his acting skills, because now you done thought about how this shit is going to affect you and your family. You have thought about that shit, and it's going to affect him and his family financially. I don't know. In my opinion, I just feel like, I feel like the nigga career is over with. I feel like it's a wrap. Because again, wait, and not only that, the nigga set up and apologized to the audience. He apologized to the Oscars. But you never heard that motherfucker say, I apologize, Chris Rock. He didn't say that bullshit. He did not say it. So, yes, if I was Chris Rock, I would sue that motherfucker. Oh, yeah, you gonna pay me for embarrassing me, humiliating me, and mental anguish, nigga. You about to do that. But not only that, nigga, you did that shit. You didn't think about how many directors have seen that hire actors like yourself. That's the reason you have that Oscar. I feel like they need to take that shit from him. But you wasn't thinking about how the directors of these shows, the producers of these shows, you're not thinking about how these motherfuckers ain't finna fuck with you no more, bro. Now, Tyler Perry and Denzel Washington, while y'all over there consoling that nigga, somebody should have been over there consoling Chris Rock. Because I could tell that I could tell that Chris Rock was really restraining himself. I can tell that this nigga was pissed the fuck off. I could tell that this nigga was mad as hell. I could tell that this nigga really wanted to fight. But you know what? He kept that shit professional. And he did what he was paid to do. He kept the show rolling. Now, I commend him for that. I commend him for that, because that took courage in and of itself. But for Will Smith to think it's okay to put his motherfucking hands on somebody because they making jokes, this what the fuck these motherfuckers do for a living. These comedians, that's what they do for a living. You gonna put your hands on that man? Don't nobody come to their job and put their hands on you when you at your job because they don't like what the fuck you doing. He was just out of order. And it doesn't matter. The motherfucker was out of order. Again, I'm going to keep on reiterating it. Had it been a white man, that black motherfucker would have sat in that chair, sucked it up, and laughed. You hear me?
Good afternoon.
Well, hello, Miss Inaya Davis. What's up?
Nothing much. How are you?
I am great. Man, look. Okay, so I'm excited for several motherfucking reasons. First of all, I've been knowing you for a minute. Met you through my cousin, LaShonda Reed. Shout out to you, LaShonda.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, she used to tell me, she's like, one of my best girlfriends, Wendy, you favor her a lot. She remind me of you. And when I meet you, I'm like, damn, that's like looking at my sister, like, for real.
And she used to say the same thing to me. Girl, you got to meet my cousin Wendy, girl. You remind me so much of her.
And come to find out, baby, we might need to shake the tree.
I know that's right.
Listen, and then and then another reason why I'm very excited, and listen, guys, this is Inaya Day, all right, Inaya Day, AKA. Can I say it? AKA. Can I say it?
No, don't say my nickname.
Okay. But anyway,
Don't tell them.
I love her. Okay. Listen, this lady has chops, you guys. Like, she can really, 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 really blow. So, Anaya, just for the Rojo Loco radio audience, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, let's see. So, as Wendy said, my name is, Rojo Loco.
Yes.
Right, we
She
just
giving my
jacking each other's names
governmentals. She
out, right?
giving my governmentals.
Telling all business. But I am a house music artist, actually. And before that, I was in musical theater pretty heavy. I'm a card-carrying member of the Actors Equity Association. Still, in the beginning, I was in hip hop and R&B. I've had songs with MC Lyte, Moni Love, Queen Latifah, Big Daddy Kane, blah blah blah. And I do a lot of syncs, which is when you have your music synced to film and TV. So I had a song recently placed on Queen Sugar. Adidas just took my first house music release, which is called Keep Pushing, and put it on the award-winning pop singer Dua Lipa, and they played that during the Grammys and all of that stuff.
Man.
So in essence, I am a singer, songwriter, publisher, label owner, manager.
Man, so like, a lot of times I tell artists, and I've had a lot of artists come to me and be like, okay, can you be my manager? And I'm like, oh, hell no. But I feel like, you're an independent artist. You do have your own label, as you mentioned. But all those things that you've done with different people and had, music picked up by, people like Adidas and all this kind of stuff, movies and stuff like that. Like, that is like the epitome of what an independent artist should be. Like, getting about the business of the music, being able to cash in on that in many different ways. A lot of artists out here, especially indie artists, they don't know anything about copywriting their music or, getting it affiliated with these different companies and stuff like that. So, and with all that being said, as a woman, especially being a woman in this industry, did you know that going in? Did that take a bit of education on your part? Did you learn by bumping your head a couple of times? Tell me how much about your business you really are.
I am very much about my business. I have a bunch of entertainment law books sitting here in my shelves above my desk. And I actually sometimes I'm paid to do other people's contracts from time to time. And a time like this shows that being just a singer isn't enough. Going out and singing with my band is one of the things that I do the most, and singing my house music to tracks at festivals and things like that I do every year. But right now we can't gather in groups.
Right.
So that would totally handicap the singer who only sings.
Right.
So thanks be to God, since I have multiple streams of income from the business. I've done contracts since we've been in quarantine. I have my own studio, so I've made 3 records since we've been in quarantine.
Yes.
Someone has hired me to produce. I've produced 2 records since we've been in quarantine, and because I also produce. And the 2 people that I stopped managing people because I had so much on my plate, but the 2 people that I kept on, their records one is being released and one has just been released. So I'm dealing with that and about to release three songs before the end of June on other people's labels that I've written. So I've been super busy, and I would tell other artists to make sure they're super busy. Learn your publishing. Learn what that means to you. Learn about your neighboring rights. A lot of us have never heard of neighboring rights because we don't really, America and maybe two other third world countries are the only ones who don't participate in this thing. And this thing is when you perform on a record, even if you burp in time or burp in tune, you have performed you have performed on that record. And if you performed on that record and it's released or produced in, say, Spain, then they pay you for performing on a record. And we call that neighboring rights.
Wow.
And those types of ancillary rights we want to have because those are things other than record sales and just singing. As we know, record sales are kind of obsolete now with streaming.
Yeah.
So it's very good to have multiple streams of income, especially for times such as these.
Yeah, and speaking of that, the COVID-19, the coronavirus, like man, it's a double-edged sword over here in my head because I really don't know how to take it. But I do know that you did have coronavirus and you're surviving, and just tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I don't like to say that I've had it, but I had symptoms because I was never diagnosed as having coronavirus. But people in my family have been diagnosed, and my aunt is actually on a respirator and has been fighting for her life for almost 3 weeks. So it is very close to home, and I've lost what we call a play cousin. I lost my play cousin, Stephen, last week to coronavirus, and he was a young man.
Oh, man,
so it's been hitting us pretty close.
Yeah.
New York is the epicenter, so it's kind of hard to not know anyone who hasn't been affected, you know. So we're in here prayerful and making the best of it. And going to the supermarket is now a freaking event. Like my cousin and my friend Armin, we go on Monday. Well, we went for the first time last Monday because when they say lockdown, I locked down. I was in the house from March 16th until this past Monday. Yeah. So I was so happy to be outside just to go to the grocery store. So we're probably going to do it again Monday. But we still stay apart. Like I drive. They get in the back seat and sit on either side. They don't sit close to each other. Then they get out they get out on separate sides. And when we get to the supermarket, everybody spread out and did what they had to do. And then we got in line and we did it again, went in the house, went on in the house. That's how it was. I dropped them off and I went on in the house. Yeah. We're handling it and making the best of every little moment. I mean, going to the grocery store, at least you can see some of your family and stuff like
exactly.
that in person instead of always on a screen. As long as the social distancing is kept up, and all you could see on each of us were our eyes. We are not taking this thing lightly because we're all affected, so we get it.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah, well, I'm very happy that you are good right now. I'm real happy about that. My deepest condolences, to you and the loss of your family member. And we will definitely join you guys in being prayerful for your aunt. Yes, right here in Dallas, Texas. We're gonna be praying too, honey. We're gonna raise them hands up.
Thank you.
Yes, honey. Well, listen, I mean, you are in New York, yes, and maybe I did not mention that, but she is in New York, and shout out to New York, because whether you know it or not, New York, I have the most listeners in New York.
Word?
Yes, word. So I love that. I'm real happy about that. I love New York. When I've been to New York before. You already know this. And you happen to live where, if I move to New York tomorrow, that is exactly where I'd be. Brooklyn. Shout out Brooklyn. Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. So tell me, Inaya, how did you get into the industry? How did you begin singing? Like, how old were you when you started singing? And this is a two-part question. How was the support for you as far as your family goes? And yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, I started singing. I guess I was like 4 years old, and I was singing in church and everything, singing in a choir, which I couldn't stand because all the little kids were off tune, out of tune, and I would get so annoyed with them because they couldn't stay on tune, and I didn't understand that not everybody could do that. So it was just because so many members of my family sang, I thought everyone could sing. My cousin is Saul Roberts Jr., who is the band leader and co-producer of the band Sky that made Call Me If You Need Someone to Talk to. They just did an unsung on them, and I appeared in the the unsung episode because I was there in the beginning, the little kids sitting on the steps watching them rehearse.
Wait a minute. Like that. I gotta interrupt you. Hold up. Because guys, look, she mentioned that she was on Unsung for the group Sky. Now, I was a teenager in the 80s. I am a woman of a particular age, and I'm just going to go on and embrace it and say it. I'm 51. So, yes. But listen, Call Me was one of the most popular, like, we had talent shows. Shout out W.H. Gaston, East Dallas. We had a talent show, and I remember this chick named Joyce and probably two other girls. They were on the stage, honey. When I say they was doing Call Me, what? Listen, boo, they had the steps. They was doing it. It had real telephones. Like, bro, it was so lit. It was so lit. I mean, oh my God, yeah. So, like, just imagine I'm sitting up in here quarantining like the rest of the world. And I happen to be watching Unsung, and I'm in here jamming, right? So I walk past the TV, and I see a chick that looked like my homegirl that looked like me. So I said, wait a minute. I damn near got whiplash. I said, hold up. I said, no, damn well, I didn't just see Inaya. Oh, man, I came in here, I rewounded, and there you were. And I was like, oh, shit. That's Inaya. I said, no wonder her ass can sing. What the hell? How awesome. Just that experience in and of itself. Like, how awesome is it to just, like, be around royalty without really knowing that you're around royalty? You know what I'm saying? Like, the mentorship.
Yeah, I had no idea.
That shit. Like, tell us about that experience.
Yeah, I was like, when they were rehearsing and stuff like that and going through name changes and all that and doing the choreography, I was just sitting on the steps. My aunt would call me. I'd go upstairs, get my plate of food, put it on my lap, sit on the stairs again while they rehearsed, get my icy, whatever I did, I went and got it, and I came back downstairs and listened.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why my band is a funk band. Yeah. But I love disco and dance. All the stuff that is instilled in me kind of came from that and church, Yeah. So, I mean, it helped me. I was like, oh, I get it. I got it from them. But it's been a blast because at 9 years old, they had me lay down this track that introduced every prospective song for their first album. And when they would shop it to the record labels, it would say, hi, I'm Inaya, and I'm 9 years old, and into everything, rock, soul, disco, you name it. And it's this whole spiel, and they would answer me with their songs. So I would go, have you ever been to this planet before? And they would play First Time Around, and that would come on.
Oh, wow. Okay, that was you?
Yeah, so they were able to. No, it was them singing, but I was introducing.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh. And it made the record labels listen to the whole thing because it was like a story. Yeah. So instead of just playing the thing, going, no, thank you, we don't want you. No, thank you. They listened to the whole saga and they loved it, and they got. From that album went gold, I think, a couple of times or something like that. Ooh. And that's how they got their deal, from my little 9-year-old voice being sassy on their demo, their shopping demo.
I love it. I so
Yeah.
love it.
So so back to the thing, I did my gospel. I was in church, of course, and then when I was 12, 13 years old, my teacher heard me sing, and she was like, "You could sing all this time," and didn't tell me. So she started making me audition for things, and I got into musical theater. I was in the chorus, but then they heard me do a little step out performance that they gave me, and then they fired their lead and put me in the lead. I felt real bad about that, but I was happy to be in the lead though. So I
Yes.
did. I wound up being the lead, and it was called Brooklyn, You're My Home, actually. And from there, I kept on with my musical theater, doing Broadway, off Broadway, and Broadway national tours, and regional, and international. Of course, I wound up going to Germany to do Little Shop of Horrors and this show called Broadway Dusseldorf. And it was there that I started doing house music. I was always listening to it, always dancing to it, making demos. But this one, I made a demo, and it was released, and it's a classic now. It's called Keep Pushing, and I did that 25 years ago. So this year, March was my 25th anniversary in house music. And my song Keep Pushing, 25 years later, was put on Dua Lipa, the pop star Dua Lipa, who made Electricity and all those other songs. She's a Grammy winner.
Wow.
They put the song on her and A$AP Ferg and used it for Adidas and Foot Locker. So they played it during the Grammys and everything. And it was cool because it was my song regenerated. So I still got paid.
Yes, yes, yes. Still securing the bag, my sister.
Yes, so here I am 25 years later with my own little house music label, my own little studio, my own little workshop here,
So
my own
look, have you
publishing
ever?
company, rocking it.
Yes, you are. You are rocking it like you are Black Girl Magic. Like if it's in the dictionary, I need your picture to be right there next to the shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know that's probably a little known fact here in the South, because I find that the more people that I interview from up north, it's not necessarily something that everybody down here gets excited about. You know,
Right.
and I that's one of the things I want to do through this show is to let people know, like, when my Instagram tag is music is universal. Like,
Yes.
I truly believe that. I grew up like that. You know, when I grew up, you could just turn on the damn radio and it was every genre of music playing on that station. White,
Right.
black, doesn't matter. So
Yep.
people need to be aware of that. And not only that, the main thing is music is so healing. But
Yes, it is.
yes,
Oh,
girl.
can I say something to that?
Yes,
I want to speak
darling.
to that. My cousin Cheryl works in the hospital. She was diagnosed with COVID-19, and after she was cleared and she no longer has it or whatever, she went right back into the field to go help people. And last week she was on a 1-to-1 with a 94-year-old woman who has COVID-19. The doctors and nurses told her, they were like, so when you go in with Mrs. So-and-so, she's non-responsive. So basically just watch this, watch the vitals, whatever. So she was like, cool. She goes in there. Of course, we're, spiritual people. So she goes in there. She ain't listen. She goes over there. She rubs the lady's arm, with her gloves on. Of course, she's fully geared.
Yeah.
And she rubs the lady's arm because she believes human contact is very important. She rubs the lady's arm and she starts singing to her because she sings too. And she's singing a gospel song to her. And the lady opened her eyes and she lifted the lady's arms up and started waving the lady's arms for her and saying, hallelujah, hallelujah, and singing the song. The lady opened her mouth and started speaking, but she's not, it's not that she was non-responsive. She speaks French. She ain't understand them, so she just didn't answer.
Oh, wow.
So that was a funny thing that happened, but the good thing is that my cousin was able to communicate with her through music. It made her open her eyes. It made her want to speak, and that's how they were able to discover that this woman speaks French. So my cousin sat her up, rubbed her back, and everything. She went from non-responsive to speaking and sitting up for a little while. So music is indeed universal and is a healer.
Yes, Lord, it is so is. I mean, if we get nothing else out of this, that is a fact, and that is something that, everybody just needs to know.
Yes.
Listen, tell me. I mean, I don't even. We're gonna play your music, of course.
Yes.
So what track are we being graced with here at Rojo Loco Radio?
Well, since I spoke of Keep Pushing, I think it's only right that we rock with Keep Pushing, the
Yes.
original version.
Yes, yes, honey, yes. Girl, you listen. I love you. I know that I held you a little longer than what I said, and and
Not
and,
at
and
all.
I
I don't
have.
mind. I'm having a blast.
Listen, I mean, like we could talk all day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All day, cause we haven't even scratched the surface yet. But I guess we just need to know like your all of your social media tags. If a person wants to work with you, how would they get in touch with you? What are some of the the criteria that you ask for or you demand rather? Speak on it, sister.
Okay. Well, first, my social media, you can always find me. It's at Inaya Day on Twitter, on Insta, and that's spelled Inaya Day. Inaya Day. So you can find me. You put in Inaya Day, you'll find me. You put in Inaya Day, you Google, you'll find all my music. You'll see my music videos. I'm very easily accessible. On Facebook, you can find me at Inaya Day Music. You'll find me there. If you want to get in touch with me for work or have a contract read over for you or whatever, the first one is free. I can do that. You would contact management. They're at nyodaymusic@gmail.com, and that's spelled NYOD as in dog, AE, music@gmail.com. Nyodaymusic, Music, almost like night or day, but it's nyodaymusic@gmail.com, and we'll see if we can help you. And if you need some advice or whatever, that's part of my little ministry. I don't mind, spewing a little wisdom and giving you some advice. So you don't have to fall into the potholes that I met coming through. So yeah, that's about it.
Oh man, it's so much, girl. Yo, listen, they don't even understand how major your dossier is. They don't get it, but they will get it. That is the purpose of this whole entire experience right now, because I promise you this is an experience for me. Like I'm feeling all lovely, right? But dang, I do appreciate it so much. Listen, and let me just say on the sidebar, I have a book out called Ramblings. So
Yes.
I don't know. I think you do know that I've wanted to do something with that musically. And
Oh,
we gotta I gotta get in touch with you and we gotta do something.
let's do it.
Because we should be able to do this even through the computer situation or the phone
Yes,
situation.
we can be rocking it right now. Because hey, what we got? Time.
Man, yeah, so I'm going to hit you up on that. But anyway, thank you so much, Anaya. You are, I mean, again, I'm humbled. I'm honored. Love you as a sister, as an artist. I've been listening to your music all day yesterday. Like I was in her Anaya Day all day, okay?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and you know what's so funny? Like, a lot of times when you listen to an artist's music, they'll put similar artists and they'll line it up for you, right?
Right.
Now let me tell you something. Some of the people that came across the screen, like Whitney Houston, like when I saw Whitney Houston, I was like, yeah, cause that bitch can sing, like. Like y'all, when y'all hear this track, y'all gonna be like, "What? Yeah, that's for real." Like, and she'll give it to you
Oh,
anywhere, anywhere. She ready
thank
on the drop
you.
of a hat. I love you, girl.
Love you too, and I love your entrepreneurship. You are rocking it too, so it ain't just me. We remember we're mirrors of each other, so you're killing it.
Yes, well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm gonna let you
Yes.
go because it's a beautiful Friday out here. Unfortunately, we can't really just be out here doing what we want to do, but sit on your patio, chill, whatever, enjoy the sun. And of course, we'll be talking again, honey.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you for hitting it up with Rojo Loco Radio right here in Dallas, Texas, W3RadioTV.com. Appreciate you.